So yesterday, President Donald Trump paid a visit to the Walter Reed Army Medical Center. And while he was there, according to what he told reporters, he took an IQ test. And from what he's saying, he fucking aced it. Like, got a perfect score on the IQ test. He was talking about it. He's like, yeah, it starts off easy, but it gets harder and harder. I had to identify a fucking giraffe. I had to draw some shapes. It was crazy, and I'd like to see AOC and Jasmine Crockett take that same test and see how they level up against your boy Trump. Because I got a perfect score. And people started listening to him describe the test, and they were like, that's not an IQ test. That is the Montreal Cognitive Assessment Test. That's a test they give to people to find out if they're showing signs of early dementia or losing their cognitive ability. And remember, he said it started off easy and it got pretty difficult. But according to him, he aced it. Well, this couldn't have come at a better time for me because my podcast, Lie, Cheat, and Steal, the podcast about liars, frauds, thieves, and bullshitters, we just did an in-depth dive this week into the dubious and racist history of IQ tests and kind of the concept of IQ in general. Because it turns out all the people throughout history who have been obsessed with IQ, much like Donald Trump and a lot of his homeboys in the MAGA movement, who always talk about high IQ, and they point out these two women of color and said, hey, let's see them get as high as an IQ score of me. Meanwhile, he's testing for fucking dementia, okay? But the people who focus on these things, as we discussed in the episode, tend to be doing it from racist motivation. It's almost to a T, historically. All the scientists that have researched it and championed it have turned out to be eugenicists and just all-around pieces of shit. And so it's very funny to see our president and all of his homeboys put so much faith into this IQ test when he couldn't even fucking identify one. But also, the people that study these things say they don't really matter, or they may not be all that accurate at judging how intelligent someone is. It's pretty much just how good are you at taking a test. It's not the best way to gauge human intelligence, but it gives you an insight into how these people feel about the human experience and the people they share the planet with. It's insane that this week of all weeks that we did the episode, Donald Trump decides to say, bro, I fucking aced this IQ test. So if you want to hear more about this, the insane, dubious, and racist history of IQ and IQ tests, you can check out the latest episode of my podcast, Lie, Cheat, and Steal. And the episode is entitled The Secret History of IQ. That's Lie, Cheat, and Steal. Don't get caught.